Welcome to Discussions with the Fashion Masters. My name is Deanna Hansen. I'm the founder of Fluid Isometrics and Block Therapy, and I'm being joined by my guest, Beth Roberts. Beth is one of our newest certified block therapy instructors, and she has so many great things to share about what she's going to be doing. So welcome, Beth. Come on out and share what brought you to block therapy, why you joined our teacher program, and all the great things you're going to be doing.
Hi, thank you so much. I am so honored to be here. So I'll start with how I got started with this. It was a snowy, cold day here in Vermont back in January, and I was on Instagram and I saw an ad that said lengthen and strengthen your core in 21 days. And I was like, watch the video, and it spoke to me immediately. And I was just like, I need this, I need these blocks, so I ordered them right away and then went through and got started with the folded up towel and everything. And, of course, tried a yoga block and thought, no, this isn't right. I know this isn't what I need. I need the real thing. And then once I got the blocks, I was just like, wow, this is incredible, and I immediately, I dove in. I was doing it nonstop for a while, and I own a wellness center. So I was trying to figure out right away how I could work this into my life and share it with my clients. I've been teaching fitness for 25 years and I've never found anything like this. It's really incredible. I'm already seeing a ton of results, and it's just like getting people involved in it and helping people with it is really phenomenal. So I just want to thank you again for creating this, sharing it with us.
Oh, my pleasure. So I'd love to hear some of the results that you're experiencing.
Oh, so cool. I have so many. So first of all, I've got my clients range from I've got people in their 20s, and then I've got my oldest client is 88. And actually he turns 88 this next week. And I showed it to him and he did the belly position, and I'm trying to think, he did 2 positions, and we were running short on time and he ran out the door. And he emailed me that night and said, order me one of those right now. It's like, okay. So he's been blocking, this 80-year-old man is blocking with me. It's really cool. And then I've got athletes. So I live in a ski resort, which we've got a lot of recreational athletes, mountain bikers, skiers. And it's been hard for me to slow them down and get them to even try yoga or something like that. But the blocking is working. I've got about 50 people already through my student teaching that bought blocks and started with me, which is really cool right out of the gate. They kind of I think they saw how obsessed I was and saw that I was getting these results and wanted to jump in. So everything from, someone has always got tight hamstrings or lower back pain. They can't play 18 holes without getting that lower back pain. They're telling me I can go out and do it now. My hamstring pain is gone. So many results. It's crazy. Someone hurt their shoulder mountain biking, and that happens a lot. It's pretty common. And I was able to help them with that. It's just like little things. I've got a lady who the first time I had her block, she was laying on the floor and I tried to get into a bridge press, and her right leg was really far forward because she has a knee thing. She was thinking about getting a knee replacement. And I was just like, what, let me try this blocking with you. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to give you the program. She's on the site, and she does it with me twice a week, as well as, some other things. And about a month and a half in, I realized I had her in a bridge press and she was lined up completely. And her knee is feeling so much better. It's just incredible.
Wow. Well, and isn't that amazing? And this is really what it does come down to, because, it can be a bit of a stretch to get somebody to think, how is this going to help? Right. Yeah. But you already had these people, and that's really what it is, walking the talk. And clearly you did that, and your people saw that and they dove in. So that's just such a great way to, connect with them and to bring it into what you're doing. So keep sharing more.
Yeah. So I have a lot of private clients too. And I started working with them immediately with it because, they're here anyway. And I'm like, just try this. We'll work it in, trust me. And I started playing around with doing strengthening or loosening areas and then strengthening the same area. So I would have them block, say the adductors and doing bridges that way, and then do the piriformis, and then we'd work the glutes. So we'd work some more bridges, things like that. And you can just tell with the blood flow and the, releasing those adhesions going into the workout that they would feel like a lot of more range of motion, and the results are just exponential. They could feel the blood flow, everything. Shoulders too, shoulders and deltoids and triceps. I've been doing that with people, do the deltoid position, the tricep position, and have them work on. I do a lot of pliability training, which is the bands attached to the wall. And once we get that area loosened up with the blood flow going in there, it works. So I'm actually adding a class in that I'm going to try it out this week for the first time. I'm calling it Block Fitness. And I've looked at a lot of Quinn's stuff, and I've done some of his things too. And I'm just kind of coming up with my own little program for this week, but people are really excited about it.
Well, and I love that. And that's the beautiful thing about this program. You can really integrate it with whatever you're already doing, and you can turn it into something that is really unique for you. So that's amazing. I want to jump to Vermont and have some classes with
you. Right? So I host retreats here too. It's my first Vermont retreat is in a couple weeks. And when I was planning the retreat, I wasn't certified yet, so I couldn't really advertise, hey, we're going to have block therapy at it. But now I'm saying, okay, if you're coming, I will do free demo sessions for you, because I only have a couple extra blocks, but I'm going to bring them in and have them try it out and stuff. But going forward, I'm going to be blocking into all my retreats. So yeah, it's really incredible. They have an amazing yoga studio in the house that I rent for these retreats too, with all the bolsters and all the props that we need. And yeah, I think that I can't see anyone walking away from that retreat without wanting to block for the rest of their lives, basically. So yeah, It's gonna be really cool. So many things. Like I also, we've got a ski resort in town. So this is the biggest ski resort on the East Coast, and it's also a big mountain bike area. And so there's a lot of recreational athletes, a lot of retired people too. So they've got the time to come work out with me in the middle of the day. Like my noon blocking classes are busy, and they are just seeing how much it can improve their sport and how it can help them to be injury free as they get older, and they're trying to keep up, trying to do their skiing all the time and stuff. It's making everything easier for them.
Well, and you definitely have an area where you've got some pretty, high level athletes by the sounds of it, with the mountain biking and the skiing. Yes. I mean, the potential for injury are pretty high with those types of activities. So to be able to, kind of go to your place and heal or prepare, that's an amazing gift you're giving to them.
So incredible. And then we've got, so there's a school in town, Killington Mountain School, and they train these high school athletes. And some of them have gone to the Olympics. We've got a couple that just went. And I am starting to work with trying to figure out how to work in with them, because, obviously no one else around here is actually doing the block therapy yet. And I want to work with their athletes and get them started now, because I really wish, it's the only regret I have is that I didn't find this years ago. And that's what I'm hearing from everybody, is if anyone's got a complaint, it's just they don't have enough time, or they wish they had found it a long time ago. Because everyone, as soon as they start doing this, absolutely loves it.
And that's a huge passion for me, is to get to the younger generation, because I mean, like they grew up with such a different posture being in front of technology as they grow, and all the compression and all of that. So like to getting it into the schools and being able to really showcase how beneficial this is. So let me know how that goes, and if you have some tips in getting it into the school system, I mean, I'm all ears.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So I've got another part of that is I have some of the moms, that come to me and have been training for a while. So they've bought the blocks and they've had their kids try it, so I've got a couple 12, 13-year-old athletes that have been using the blocks at home with their mom. So I'm going to follow up with them and see how that's going. But I might even get, a group of teenagers in here to do a class with me here and there.
I love how you're really you've got everybody, right? Like you've got the 88-year-old male, the kids, the women, everybody, the athlete, the mother who might not be an athlete. I mean, and that's the beautiful thing about this. There's really no limitation to who can or should be doing this. It really comes down to the desire to give it a try and to follow through. So
100%. Yeah. Even my 78-year-old father is doing it. And that's big, because he researches everything before he tries anything. And he just said, hey, I need to try this. And I was like, you're kidding me? You're really going to do this? And he loves it. So it's really cool. Yeah. I don't see it. He lives in Virginia, but I know he's doing it on his own, which is really cool. Yeah. And then I've got some serious athletes. Like I've got a guy, actually he just left. I just worked with him. He's a golfer, and he holds the record for winning the Vermont State Amateur Championship the most times. And he has actually that tournament again next week. So when he first came, he spends winters in Arizona, and he just came back in the spring. And I was like, I got this new thing, I got to show you. And he's usually pretty open to whatever I show him. And his hamstring pain, he had hamstring pain, went away immediately. We didn't even touch his hamstrings. We were working on the quads and the hip flexor position and everything. And so today I worked on his hamstring with him, really for the first time, because we have been focusing on IT band and other things. And he was just like, oh my God, like, and he finally bought his own block. So he's logging into your site today to start doing it at home this way, which is really cool. But yeah, so like every level of athlete that I deal with sees the value and the longevity that they can create, which is just really phenomenal.
Wow, you're such a powerhouse. I mean, I am so excited. Like, you are literally just beginning, and I can't wait to see where you take this and where you go. And I'm here to support you in any possible way that I can. I'm just loving what you're doing.
It is, I have never found something like this that I've had this much of a passion for. And that's saying a lot, because I've been in fitness for a long time, you know, like I went through my phases where like, oh, all I want to do is pliability. All I want to do is TRX, you know, my outdoor boot camps. That's all I want to do. But this is next level. It's just, you can do it with everything else too.
Yeah.
And I can't even, I'm embarrassed at how many hours I block a day on the regular, honestly, because if it's a security blanket, if I don't have it with me, it just feels so good. And it really
is kind of like giving your cells a hug, eh? Like it gives you that sense that like you're being held and you're being safe and you're looked after. Yeah, your cells are communicating the response that they're feeling from you. So that's beautiful. I love that you said it that way, because I mean, like I've got so many blocks in every place that I spend my time.
They would make fun of me here because like, how long did you spend triple blocking yesterday, Beth? Because I got 2 babies, buddy, you know, and I'm lying on my floor doing stuff. My paddle is coming on Monday, apparently. So I'm going to be like using that while I'm doing the other. So it'll be quadruple blocking. But you know, obviously that being said, I know most people can't do that all the time, but just the benefits of anything they can do.
So question, because you're spending so much time doing it, do you find that with how you feel, like you have so much more energy to do more in the less time that you might have in a day then?
Yeah, 100%. My whole body feels completely different. And it's now at the point, I mean, I started in January with the blocking complete. So it's been almost 6 months that I've been blocking now. And people are coming up to me, asking me what's going on, because my whole body's different. It looks different, you know, and it's like so that, and I have more energy, I sleep better. My digestion's better, everything has just changed completely. So I'm constantly conveying that to people too. And, you know, I think they're all like, wow, she can do it, you know, like that's pretty cool. Cause I'm not young too. That's the thing. Like, I'm not the 21-year-old trying to teach this. I'm in my 50s and I'm, you know, getting all these great results and feeling great all the time. So it's pretty cool.
Well, it's funny because I started developing this in my 30s and I'm now turning 54 in 2 weeks. And what I love is people always said, you know, this isn't going to really get very big until you're at least over 50, because you're teaching about, you know, how to age gracefully. And if you're talking about it when you're 30, no one's going to really listen to you. And it really was when I was 50 when things really started to turn. So very good time for you to be sharing this, because I mean, that's what it's about. Like, you know, when we're 25, I mean, from an outward appearance, it might not look like there's a lot that needs to happen. But now I'm going to say the youth are a little bit different today, again, because of how they've been growing up. But, you know, for you to be at the age that you are and then show the changes, like that's the real value here, is because people can see that and consistently see that. So I'm so excited for you, Beth. So what town are you in?
Killington, Vermont. So it's this Killington resort is the ski resort. And it is pretty much town. I mean, the town population here is like 1,500 year round, but with the resort, you know, on the weekends in the winter, we're up to like 20,000 people in town. So it's a resort town. Yeah. But, you know, we have the surrounding area. There's not, everything's pretty spread out. So I have people coming 20 miles just to come to my facility because of everything we offer. So we have a lot of cross training options. I have yoga, you know, I teach most of the fitness and stuff. And now the block therapy, they're all asking me like, is this going to turn into a block therapy studio? I'm like, a little bit, kind of, but it's going to be all of it. I promise. They love it, you know, so.
Wonderful. And then are you doing any online classes or is it all in person?
I am. Yes. So I just started, once I got certified, I decided you know, obviously I could stop student teaching and put the classes out for real. And I do 3 classes a week on Zoom as well. So I do 1 60-minute on Monday mornings. Then I have 2 90 minutes on Wednesdays and on Saturdays. And right now, you know, that's still just kind of getting started. And right now it's people that were here this winter and have moved away for the summer that have started to log in, or if someone has to work and they, you know, they can't leave their house for 90 minutes, but they could do it at home. But I'm hoping to get that out there more and more for sure, because it's such an easy way to do it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm so incredibly excited for you. Again, like I think
Thank
we
you
should
so
like
much.
jump back in 6 months and connect again and see where
Yeah,
things are. Cause I can only imagine what, it's only been like what, a month you've been certified and like
not even. Yeah,
not
I think,
even.
yeah, I got certified on June 3rd.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's crazy.
It is.
Yeah, the word is just starting to get out there. There's a buzz, it's just around town. Are you blocking yet? Are you blocking? Have you talked to Beth? Do you know what blocking is? It's really funny. So it's definitely, it's already taking off, and I think it's gonna reach pretty far here, which is really
Wow.
cool. And I do have another instructor that's planning on getting in the fall program, so that we'll have another person here to teach it as well. She's been blocking as much as I have. She's a yoga and fitness instructor as well here. And yeah, she's maybe as obsessed as me, possibly.
Wow. Cool. Well, I love the combinations too, when you can again combine like the yoga or the Pilates or the strength training with the work. Like you really learn and understand your body on such a different level.
Yes, that's
and I think that's really the key, right? Like we all look outward for the answers, and when you really start to tap in and you can really start to feel what's going on inside yourself, then the whole game changes, right? And how you approach yourself and how you approach your health and aging. So
right.
yeah.
And your story alone, I tell people bits and pieces because obviously I've read up on you and your history with this and stuff, and it's phenomenal how you started this and stuff, and people love to hear that. They love to hear how it started in your journey with it, which is, I think that makes it seem more accessible to everybody too. Like anyone can do this, you can get started and just see where it takes you. And then, so on another note, I've got this trail bum series, I call it. So it's called Trail Bum because we have ski bum, bike bum, and then I started a trail running series called Trail Bum. So there's Thursday afternoons in the summer for 6 weeks. We have a network of trails behind my space, and it's the same loop every week, and they go out and try and, they compete against themselves. It's a free community event, and they try and beat their personal best. We do like age group award winners and stuff, but I'm going to be blocking at that finish line and showing these athletes how to block afterwards and show them what it can do for them. Maybe even before, like do some blocking on your legs before you run, see how different you feel today, stuff like that. Because really everyone needs to be doing this, no matter what your sport, I think, anyway. So that's another reach. That's going to be really cool. I have a lot of plans.
It sounds like it. I mean, I don't know how you have so much time blocking all day long when you're doing all this stuff.
It is pretty much taken over my life. I'm not going to lie, but in a good way. It's fine. That's all I do right now is work and block.
Well,
you love what you do.
Certainly like exude, joy and happiness and health. So again, so excited for you. So we'll have all of your links listed under this video, but just so we can hear, where can people find you?
So I'm at Killington Boot Camp, the website for my website. And so it's the Killington Boot Camp Wellness Center. We're in Killington, Vermont. And then our website is actually kbc.com. And then I'm on Instagram as at Killington Boot Camp and Facebook as well.
And it's Killington, Killington?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I forget people that don't ski or don't live around here. What do you mean you don't know Killington? Yeah. It's pretty big on the East Coast if you're a skier, but we have the World Cup here every fall too, the Women's World Cup. So that's kind of put us on the map. Thanksgiving weekend every year, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Wow. So who knows? Maybe I know some of those athletes could use it, so but they're not doing it. Put that on my list for this year. Try and get in with them.
I have no doubt you'll succeed.
So I want to ask you, you've worked with some sports teams before, correct? I think I remember you guys saying that. Yeah. At like football players and things like that.
Yes.
That is, I feel like they should all be doing it, like getting.
Yeah, they should all be doing it. I need people like you to get more of this word out into the world, to the athletes. The community that always is drawn initially to this is the 45 to 75-year-old woman. And then COVID was like a huge boon for us because suddenly, now the husbands are getting on because they couldn't go to the gym or the chiropractor, the massage, and then the kids started coming. But we're still relatively really new in the world, so we've got a lot of world to tackle. And I mean, if you can help us get to these athletes, by all means, I'm thrilled.
Yeah, that's I'm on it. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's touch base in 6 months, and I want to hear where you're up to then.
Absolutely.
Because I have no doubt, again, like you're taking over the world with this. So thank you so much for your passion and your intensity with this. And I'm loving it all. And thank you all for listening. And check out Beth's stuff, because this sounds amazing. And so does where you are. It sounds like just an absolutely beautiful healing space full of lots of fun and activity. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Beth. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you.